Hi, my name is Soyeon, a senior dental hygiene student at TJC. This semester, I completed my practicum as a student instructor. I assisted first-year students observe classroom teaching and contributed to course materials. Blaine College is located in Bryan, Texas. It's about a 2-hour drive from Austin, and this route became very familiar to me over the last couple of years. It felt a little awkward being back in the classroom. I was just a student here not too long ago. The first-year student is just starting their first clinic this semester, and I know they are probably very nervous, and I remember exactly how they felt. This practicum gave me a new perspective as a student instructor. When I was a student, I never really paid attention to how things were being taught, but this time, I focused on how instructors communicate with students and how they explain the materials. It made me realize how much thought goes into teaching. I also enjoyed watching the first-year student give their pathology presentation. They were doing it for extra credit, but it was really great to see how much effort they put into it. This is the office they provided for me, and I was working on practicum contract. One of the deliverables I made for the pathology class was Kahoot quiz covering 10 chapters. I think Kahoot was great because I remember the question I got wrong, and my classmates had fun with it too. They like seeing their scores and having a little competition, but there's no pressure and it's just fun. The second deliverable I made was a dental charting guide. I came into the program with no dental background, so at first I had no idea how to use the software or what to look for on the x-ray. That's why I included as much information as I could about the most common charting items. I was hoping to help students who might feel as lost as I was. The last deliverable that I worked on is a post-graduation guide PowerPoint. I introduced topics like local anesthesia, laser, and nitrous oxide certification. Also information about TJC to encourage completing their dental hygiene bachelor's degree. I also included a couple of personal opinions and tips about the career. And at the end, I added my contact information in case anyone had questions. The other day, I was in the dental hygiene care course where students were presenting different types of patient care. I was really impressed with both the content and the design of their presentations. It reminded me of how nervous I used to be giving presentations, but they did such a great job. During the clinic, I helped the instructor with grading students on dental charting, period charting, and checking quads after cleanings. I also helped with positioning x-ray if a student asked for help. When I first started my practicum, most of the students were only seeing their second students. They were still figuring out things like clock positions when sitting, and I noticed they were often too gentle when removing calculus or measuring pocket depth. Because of that, they would sometimes miss areas or measure too shallow, so I corrected them and showed them how to improve. I thought teaching first year was fairly easy since they were new and still have a lot of room to grow.
Okay, I just got to school. Today probably my last day or second to the last practicum. So I'm gonna just record what I'm doing as much as possible. I'm just gonna walk to the classroom right now with the pathology. And then I'm about to go to the clinic now to help first year students.
When I first found out about the practicum assignment, I was very stressed. I didn't know where to start or what could bring me to class. But as I worked on the deliverable and put this video together, I welcoming and supportive. Being back in the clinic brought back a lot of memories from when I was in high school. I wish I had more time to spend with the first year students. I was just starting to build connections with them. I kept wondering